Welcome, everyone. My name is Nick Hershey. I am the president and founder of the Mortgage Calculator. We are a non-delegated correspondent lender that operates a little bit differently. So I'd like to thank you all for joining us today so we can go over about a little bit about what makes us different and special, and hopefully answer any questions you guys have about our systems here. I'll be joined today by our COO, Kyle Hershey, and our sales manager, Jose Gonzalez, who will go over a few different specifics. But let me start today with the general layout that we have here. Hopefully most of you guys have checked out this page before and joined the call from this page. But we have a replay of one of these videos if you guys want to check it out. But let me scroll down here to the bullet points of really what we want to talk about and what makes us different. So again, we are a non-delegated correspondent lender. And that is because we found that this is the best business model for the type of business that we operate. So we've been a large branch at a FDIC bank, a large branch at a mortgage brokerage, and a large branch at a non-del and del shop. So we've gone through all the different channels, and we found that non-delegated is the best for the type of business that we operate. And that is because of a few different things. So here, the first bullet is we have access to over 60 lenders that are wholesale partners, right? So when we're not the lender and we want to broker a deal, we still have access to all those outlets. But the beautiful thing is when we are the lender, we have access to, I believe it's 27 now, correspondent investors where we are the lender. And that gives us a lot of advantages for those of you familiar with that business channel. So for us, we're all about finding the best deal for the customer. Doesn't matter what business channel it is, we're still going to operate the same. It is a little confusing for some of you guys out there that may be not used to wearing two different hats because it's two different channels. But for us, we find that we want to be able to help our client whenever possible. So we want to be able to make sure that we have a home for every loan that comes in. And that is because we are all about leads here. So we give unlimited daily leads at a 50-50 split. So what that means, we have, as Kyle mentioned before we started here, we have all kinds of leads coming in from all different sources at a 50-50 split because that's what we're focused on. Myself and Kyle have a marketing background. We've generated tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of leads, spent millions of dollars on all these platforms. So we are a marketing platform and a lead generation platform at heart, and that's really what drives all of our business here. And how do we push those leads into you guys? That's what really starts to make us special here. So it starts with our proprietary CRM. So the CRM with Dialer, that's awesome. You know, every system has a CRM. That's great. We own our CRM, right? We've written every line of code for what you guys are about to see. And that starts with the CRM. Nothing really fancy there. It does the same thing that every CRM you guys have, which is important. But when it really starts to get put together as a full front to back system is when we add the free custom website. So you guys will have a website just like you're looking at now. Every loan officer instantly gets that the instant they join. They can take an application, basically a lead from a phone number and an email on any page of the website. That customer can fill out their complete 1003 on the website, submit that 1003, pull their credit instantly. That'll be in Encompass instantly. This will all happen without the loan officer having to do anything. And it's all through the CRM. So everything happens on the whole loan, start to finish, starting with your website, and it goes through the full process. So everything we have is integrated from our CRM to our POS, which we just mentioned, to our LOS, right? Everything flows all the way through. There is no other login. There is no other system. Everything is integrated through APIs. So those of you familiar with APIs, that's how we are able to use those services you guys love and that we're all used to, like Optimal Blue for pricing, that's in our CRM, right? Account check for VOEs and VOIs, that's in our CRM. CIC for credit, right? You guys don't pay for that. That comes instantly when the customer submits their application. That's integrated in our CRM. You never really have to log into these other portals. Everything happens instantly and is pushed and operated through an API that integrates into our CRM system. So it's a beautiful thing when the loan can go start to finish all the way through with you and your borrower only having to log into one place. So that's what we're focused on here and really what makes us special. And we've written every line of code for this proprietary software. So it's very different from anywhere else you've probably seen. Now, the other part of this, the more traditional part, we are very supportive here of all of our loan officers in multiple ways. So we have daily live training. So just like you're seeing here, like a group training, we do this 4 times a week. We have a group training. And we also love to get one-on-one. So with our team leaders or branch managers, whenever we're stuck, we want to make sure that you guys as the loan officer can get one-on-one with someone on the screen to actually click the button on your screen to get you unstuck from whatever you are, whether you're stuck on DU, you're stuck on send a disclosure, you're stuck on a condition, whatever it is. We want to make sure you can get one-on-one with a team leader, a branch manager, whoever is your support person. You can also get one-on-one with our live support center. So we have our live Zoom support. We have 4 processors full-time in there that are there to help you, get you unstuck on things that are more simple, right? Just processing type things of just click this button or that button to order the appraisal, whatever we need to do. We have those processors there. They're just a Zoom click away, and they can actually take over your screen and click whatever you need to click or show you where to click. Also, our online training center, more of a traditional schooling type thing, right? A traditional curriculum. You can go through that, obviously, and obviously refer back to that if you have any questions on specific parts of the loan process or any of our processes. We also have our knowledge center with thousands of videos. So this is a resource that both ourselves and our partners are combining on, right? So we have videos from hundreds of different lender partners that we have, and processes and rate sheets and matrices and all that kind of stuff, along with just tips and stuff from all of us. So there's just thousands of resources available there at your fingertips in the knowledge center from any program that we might need and any specifics you might need on a specific program or lender type of thing. As we mentioned, we are all about leads. So the next bullet here is about the lead routing and lead support setup. So that will be Kyle's kind of presentation here. He'll go about all the ways that we send leads in there. But if you want to get your own leads, we'll show you how to route those into the system. So you guys can get your own leads in there. That's great. Or if you would like to purchase new lead systems or new lead campaigns, we can route that into the system for you as well. So Kyle will show you both of those options along with the leads that we provide you guys. Myself, very passionate about for my clients, the DSCR. So business purpose loans, DSCR loans are our most popular product, and we can do those in over 30 states beyond the states that we're licensed in. So we're licensed in 16 states right now for obviously any type of loans, primary, secondary, and business purpose. And then an additional 30 states on top of that, we can do business purpose loans. So there's really only a couple states that we don't have coverage for DSCR, which is our main type of loan that we do here and what we're focused on as far as generating leads for you guys. And the final bullet point that we're really passionate about, myself and Kyle coming from a technology background, we're very passionate about giving you guys the technology to support yourselves and no monthly fees, right? So we've built everything through the APIs, so we don't have to go pay for you guys for every seat, right? Everything's integrated, so we don't have to pass fees on to you guys. There is no hidden fees, there's no tech fees, or no desk fees, nothing like that, because we built everything for you guys, for us, by us, for our specific system. Now, the next part here, we always want to go into the compensation. So again, we are very different and we are focused on leads. So that's why these plans are probably different than what you're used to or familiar with. So please give me a chance to explain the differences here and why that works for our business model, because we're so focused on generating leads. So obviously everybody's drawn to the senior loan officer plan, the big one. We'll talk about that because everybody's drawn to that first. So the goal is to get everybody to a senior loan officer. It does take a little bit to get there. So how do you get to be a senior loan officer? You need to have closed 6 loans with our system. So we'll talk about that here in a minute. But once you're a senior loan officer, you're going to earn 200 basis points. For those not familiar, 200 basis points is 2% commission. That's on your conventional non-QM stuff we're all used to as loan officers, right? There is some different commission, obviously, if you pull up the comp agreement for commercial and all the other types of loans. But the stuff we're all used to, 200 basis points, 2%. And obviously this plan is going to include access to everything we just talked about, access to all the leads. And the most important thing is you're going to receive leads as the senior loan officer from all of our other teammates that need to have a senior loan officer help them out. So we'll talk about how that works here in a second. And senior loan officers can obviously become then team leaders and branch managers. So we want to make sure you guys have growth opportunities as well to step up to senior, but then beyond that, help other people get to that senior level as well, teach them what got you there, etc. And obviously all of our plans have some recruiting bonuses as well if you bring other people in. Now, how do you get to senior loan officer? Everybody's going to start as a loan officer because we're very different. Our systems are different. They're built for us, by us. You got to take a little bit of time to get used to it. And we're going to have to work with you more hand in hand and meet with you a lot and help you get those first few files done. So on those first few files, those first 6 loans that you're going to do, you're going to make 150 basis points on your conventional non-QM, the stuff you guys are used to. That's 1.5% commission. You're going to have access to everything we talked about, access to all of our leads, access to the incoming leads at the 50-50 split, and the recruiting incentives we talk about. So everybody's going to join. If you've done 1,000 loans, that's awesome. We love you. We just want to make sure you learn how to do loans in our system. So take some of our leads, practice our system, get a couple loans under your belt in our system, and we'll go ahead and upgrade you up there to a senior loan officer. Everybody should get there. We just want to make sure you guys know how to use our system. It is different. Not a lot of lenders have an ability to push everything from a lead into Encompass instantly and have you guys actually operate Encompass from within a CRM system. So very different, right? Also wearing two hats, where you wear the broker hat and the correspondent hat on different days, is a little different. So we want to make sure you guys are all good there. Now, the final plan, loan officer assistant plan, this is not what you guys might think, right? So loan officer assistant for us are still licensed loan officers. These are for loan officers who are maybe just getting back in the business, maybe are brand new, just licensed, not quite ready to sign the 1003 and become the official loan officer of record, sign their life away, right? On the bottom line, right next to the customer, you guys got to sign, remember? So if you're not quite ready for that and you want to learn a little bit, this is the plan for you. So it doesn't mean you're an assistant for us or working full-time or anything like that. Just means you're going to be an assistant on a few files before you become a full-time loan officer. So what does that look like? You're still going to make great commission. 75 basis points is still a lot more than a lot of like the call center type shops pay. And you're going to learn throughout the process. So you're going to make 75 basis points or 0.75 commission for referring your deals, your family, your friend, you know, maybe you got somebody from some business thing, whatever it is, maybe a realtor, it's your client, whatever it is, you're going to refer that deal because you're not quite ready to do it yourself yet, but you want to learn. So you're going to refer that to our senior loan officers. They're going to do the deal. They're going to know exactly what button to click when, exactly what to do, exactly all the steps to get that loan closed quickly. And you're still going to earn a great commission and you're going to learn throughout the process. You're going to be the assistant on that one file because it's your customer, it's your friend, it's your family member. You're going to make all the calls to the customer and you're going to help collect all the conditions that the loan officer needs and help push that loan to the finish and learn throughout the process. So that's the whole point of the loan officer assistant, is to get your feet under you so then you can become a loan officer and then of course the senior loan officer. Of course, the loan officer assistants still have access to everything we are about to show you here on the back end. And they're going to have access to our auto dialer leads, more of like the cold calls. So some of the lead lists they will have access to as well. And the whole point of this is to refer their leads to a senior loan officer and learn throughout the process. So if you're not quite ready to jump into it, maybe you're not quite ready to be full-time and not quite ready to jump in both feet, no problem. This is the plan for you. At any point, we can upgrade you to a loan officer when you're ready to go ahead and sign those loan apps, and we'll get you upgraded. You've got to be licensed either way, right? Because to make commission, you have to be licensed. So still have to keep your license active for this. When you're ready to, actually use your license and actually sign the 1003, you'll get upgraded to loan officer and so on and so forth. So next here, we want to go over how the mortgage software works. So Kyle will actually show you guys a live demo here of the back end. So you ready to take over there, Kyle?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen here. Now, of course, when you come on board, we'll go through a full training, right? But just want to point out a couple of things here in our system real quick. So for one, here's our CRM, same basic CRM anyone else would have, like Nick said. This is where we can take our notes and emails and texts, and they pile up down here in order, and you can set reminders. You can set automated follow-up campaigns, drip campaigns to automatically text and email your clients over time, all that kind of good stuff, right? But where we start separating ourselves from others here is our quoting system. So as you can see here, I can fill out 6 pieces of info and in seconds pull the actual rates via Optimal Blue through our API, and I can spit out our client within 2 minutes a nice, beautiful quote that looks like this, where they can see their different rate choices. What do these things mean? It pulls in the Google map automatically. It pulls in the Zestimate automatically, pulls in the proposed loan, breaks down the monthly taxes, insurance, all that kind of stuff, puts the estimated lender fees, and has you here as the loan officer. And you can attach your realtors to your quotes so that they can be attached to their client's quotes. Now, your realtor partners absolutely love this because they know when they send you a client, not only you're going to quote them real rates within minutes, but you're going to attach them to that quote saying, hey, we are your team that's going to push this deal across the finish line to keep them in front of their client's face. So the coolest part about this is that when the client's ready, they can just click Start My Loan Application. That's going to open up their borrower portal. So what happens is, let me show you what they see on their end. They pop right into their borrower portal where they can start their 1003 application right here. They don't have to leave the page. It's all integrated into our system. We're going to ask for the document types to be uploaded that we need for that type of loan. They can see their loan info. They can see the milestone of where their loan is at. They can communicate with you through this platform. So that is what they see on their end. Now, What you see on your end, if we come back here to your back login, you can see their 1003 being filled out. You could help them fill out their 1003. You can see the documents they're uploading. You could help them upload the documents if needed. But you can also request documents. So if you need 12 months bank statements, you can just click there, say changes now, it lets them know we need 12 months bank statements, right? You could also change the whole packet and say, you know what, we were gonna go conventional, but this is actually gonna be a VA loan with the W-2. I'm gonna go ahead and replace that, apply that, and boom, now we're only asking for the documents we need for a VA W-2 loan. So you don't even need to know the basic type of documents for each type of loan. The system knows that, and that way you can request the proper type of documents. Now you can also request signatures. You can say, oh yeah, here, I need them to sign a gift letter, save changes. Now it pops that into their login here, and they can sign it right there. They just click one button. They don't need to leave the page. We have the API with the e-sign there. And of course you can, request custom documents here as well. Now, once your client fills out their 1003 here, at the end of it, it asks for authorization to pull credit. We automatically pull the credit, right? So as long as they fill out their 1003, we're going to pull the credit. We pay for the credit report, not you, not the client. So once they fill out that 1003, you can now come into Encompass right here again, right in our screen. Click Encompass. And you'll see here, it pulls it up, and you can control Encompass here through our system, right? Your 1003 will already be here in Encompass. The credit that was pulled will already be here in Encompass. So everything goes through this one system from start to finish. It's going to take a while to upload. Let me go ahead and exit it out there. So everything goes through here in this one system. That's how we can take a borrower from being a lead to then contacting them, quoting them, collecting their application, collecting their documents, pulling their credit, and originating the entire loan in Encompass all through the system. So you don't need any other logins. This is your CRM, POS, LOS, everything here in one system, right? So now let's go further into it. Let's talk about after we originate the loan. Now we have our pipeline tab here, where you can see all of your different clients' loans, maybe what investor or lender they may be at, right? But most importantly, the milestone. Where is this loan at? What milestone and stage is this loan at? Let's say the appraisal is received. We're going to change that. It's going to ask us if we want to send a status change to the client. If we do choose to do that, not only do we know now that the appraisal was received, but the client gets an email, you get an email, the branch manager gets an email, the realtor attached to the quote to that client is going to get an email, so that everybody knows throughout the whole process where we are. Now, the #1 complaint about loan officers from both realtors and clients is lack of communication. So you'll notice throughout our system the whole way, we have automated processes in here to make sure that everyone has proper communication from start to finish throughout the loan. They are updated via email. They can log into their portals and see. Everyone knows where we are at in that stage of the loan. So again, taking that client from submitting as a lead to contacting, quoting, gathering documents, gathering credit, originating the loan right here in our system, and then keeping track of that loan all the way through the process. So now let's talk about where those leads come from in the first place. So there are a few different ways that we provide you leads, right? The first and foremost way is that we send you leads from our ad campaigns, right? So we have ad campaigns running all day, every day. When somebody clicks on one of those ads, you're sent a text message immediately so that you can click that link and give the client a call. Now, let me go ahead and show you what this actually looks like. This is just one test profile, and this is actually real. Let me show you. This is my test account here. This is just since this morning. You see, I'm receiving for a national DSCR lead, a doctor loan lead that we're doing, regular purchase leads here, short-term rental lead here, business purpose DSCR. Here's leads that are team referrals, meaning that a loan officer assistant has already called that person and pre-qualified them to talk to you. Those are the team referrals. Notice the Oregon lead just came in right now for a regular purchase. So we are giving you these leads all day, every day. Your phone is going to be blowing up with these leads. That's the first and foremost way that we provide you with leads. Another way we provide you with leads is through our auto dialer. So you'll notice here, we have all these different lead lists. They're everything from, leads that nobody's claimed yet, such as nobody's claimed this Missouri purchase lead yet, to age leads, to cold calls, to realtor calls, to bank statement calls. You can call realtors using the auto dialer, a few hundred of them in a day. So you can use the auto dialer to call these leads that we have loaded up for you. We have trigger leads in there, all kinds of good leads that you can call 300-400 of them in a day, right? You just pick up your phone once and you don't touch it after that. You're just boom, boom, boom. You can press one button to drop an automated text and an email to the person and then go next, right to the next call. If they don't answer, click that button, next call. You just dropped them an email and a text message automatically. So you can call hundreds of people in a day using the auto dialer with the different leads that we have listed here for you to call. Another way that we can provide you leads is you can purchase them. So the same leads that we give you on the 50-50 split, those are the leads from our campaigns. You can purchase them too if you want, right? So those would be at no lead split because you purchased them. So the same exact leads, we copy our ad campaigns that are proven out to work, and we will just route those directly to you at no split, right? There is no 50-50 lead split because these are ones that you purchase. So I'll give you a great example. One of our loan officers, Nicole, the first loan she ever closed as a loan officer, brand new loan officer, came to us. She had a client that was denied at another lender. Jose met with her and helped her turn that loan into a profit and loss statement loan, which we then closed. The loan was a $1,060,000 loan for the first loan she ever closed as a loan officer, right? So her $16,000 commission, it was from a lead, but it was one of the leads that she purchased. So it was a lead that came through our system from one of our ad campaigns, but it was one of the ones purchased with her budget. So she saved $8,000 in her commission by it being a lead that she purchased. So very important to also purchase your own leads, to fill your pipeline up with more than just what we give you, but also with no lead split on those because you purchased those leads and we ran a campaign for you. Same exact leads, same exact audience. They're just ones that you purchased, so there is no lead split. So you can purchase leads as well. Another way that we provide you to work leads in our system is to import leads. So you'll notice here, we have the instructions and your custom webhook here. See, this is John Doe. You all have your own webhook, and we have the instructions here for you to use this webhook to bring leads in from anywhere else you purchase them. So if you get leads from Zillow or Free Rate Update already, or some kind of platform like that, that's great. We can bring them into our system in real time. So as soon as Free Rate Update or whatever place you're buying leads from sends you a lead, boom, it's going to pop into our CRM, send you an email and a text from our CRM letting you know there's a lead. That way you can call them, quote them, gather the documents, pull the credit, originate the loan, everything in our system, just like if it's any other lead. But this is your lead, of course, from wherever you bought it. There is no lead split on it because it's your own lead. You're just using our system here to bring it into your CRM like every other lead, automatically, instantly, so you can also work leads from anywhere else. So since we're talking about leads, what I want to do is turn it over to Nick here to talk about the type of leads we get and why we get those type of leads. So as Nick said, we come from more of a marketing background, right? Nick is kind of the lead guy. He's certified by Facebook as a digital marketing associate. He's certified by Facebook as a media planning professional. He's certified by Google as a Google Ad Search specialist. And he's been doing this for a long time, right? So I want to turn it over to Nick to talk about the type of leads we get and why, because it's a little different. After that, we'll have Jose talk a little bit about the support. Then we'll open it up to questions. So go ahead there, Nick.
So whenever we go about to set up a lead campaign, we always want to make sure we do something different. So we've been doing this for about 4 years and obviously focused on, something that's different. So instead of doing like the big, rockets and whatnot, The big shops, I've always been focused on doing something different. So we haven't been focused on conventional and refis like everybody else, and we've been focused on developing a non-QM system because we want to advertise the programs that the big guys aren't advertising, right? We don't want to compete with billions, and we don't want to advertise the same stuff. So we typically advertise to the borrowers who are being neglected by, the big shops. So self-employed, investors, all the people that don't qualify or don't think they qualify for a conventional. We're going to target them. We're going to serve them the non-QM loan products that we have and love, which you guys are hopefully more familiar with now, which are becoming more popular. But we've been doing this for about 4 years to make sure we serve them with the right products. And then obviously we connect that with you guys who we teach you guys how to do those non-QM loans. So we have all the different loans, obviously from conventional, FHA, VA, USDA, but then the non-QM has just thousands of options. So we have thousands of loan programs to go through, from bank statements, asset utilization, to 1099, to 1 year, alt doc, and all kinds of different formats, to no ratio, to all the commercial DSCR products, to fix and flip, all that kind of stuff. So we want to make sure we have all the products, and that's why it's important we have all the different lenders that we mentioned earlier, because when we get a lead that is obviously looking for something different, something that the big guys don't have, we want to make sure we have it. So we want to make sure we have all the products, both conventional. So if they might qualify conventional, they think they don't, but they click a bank statement ad, no problem. Still teach you guys how to go through it, with the regular self-employed calculator. If they got 20 Schedule Cs and 50 Schedule Es with rental properties, no problem. We'll go through it. We'll finish that. We have the AI to help you out as well on that anyway. But we want to make sure that we get them. We teach you guys how to do it, and we really knock it out the park with having all the programs and all the options with them. So we want to make sure we do something that's different. And we've been doing that for about 4 years and been very successful at being different. And now that's obviously taken the front seat as the big guys are, firing tens of thousands of, people like yourselves that are on the call today. We're obviously growing because the non-QM space has always been there for us and is growing even stronger now when conventional has been drying up and, the refi boom, as they call it, has been obviously extinguished. So that's really what we focus on. Again, we do any kind of loan there is, because when we get a lead in that's a little bit different, a little outside the box, we want to make sure we have a home for it. So still do conventional, FHA, VA, USDA, but we focus on the non-QM because most of our leads are going to come in thinking they need something outside the box. If they fit in the box, no problem. You guys can all do that. But we want to make sure we have all the homes for them outside the box to fit them in. So is that good for you, Kyle?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Okay, I want to go ahead and turn it over to Jose then. Last thing here to talk about the support and how he plays a role here. And then we'll open it up to questions. So keep dropping your questions there in the Q&A. We'll get to them here in a minute. Go ahead, Jose.
How's everybody doing today? Thank you for joining us. Jose Gonzalez here, been licensed as an MLO and as a real estate agent since September of 1995, before we had all these cool Encompass and Calyx and all the nice advances that make our jobs so much easier. Guidelines at your fingertips, which we use those guidelines all the time when we're doing our file structure meetings and our file disclosure meetings. We speak about support, and the support is an intertwining thread to our company. So as a newly minted MLO, or as an MLO new to our company, it's great knowing that all you have to do if you're stuck, or if you don't want to get stuck, is just book that meeting for file structure, or go, with me or Nick, or go into the Zoom room where we have 4 or 5 loan processors. I think we just added some there Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. So we have plenty of support for your file structure, plenty of support for your file disclosing as well. We really want that closer rate to be 100%. So the only way to make that happen is to ensure that we vet those files as much as possible to make sure that they fit the guidelines for wherever you're looking to submit the loan, whether it's a correspondent file where we are the lender and we're going to disclose it in-house, or whether it's a brokered file and you're going to go to their portal to upload it, to disclose it. We meet with you first, approve all your disclosures, and away you go. Now, for our seniors, you can also take advantage of all the support. Just because you are a senior doesn't mean that you can't take advantage of the support. It just means usually that you close at least 6 files, you've passed the senior test, you're now disclosing your own files, you're making full comp. And not sure if this was mentioned because we have so many cool features, but as a senior, you will also get leads from our loan officer assistants. You will be the only conduit for leads, should I say referral conduit for leads from our LOAs. So you will be getting basically sort of, I guess I would compare these to like a live transfer where the LOA is going to be telling you, hey, they're going to put it into the leads there to refer it out. That's going to go immediately out to the seniors on a first to claim, which is usually, right away. You're going to claim it, you're going to make the call, and probably the LOA would have spoken with that borrower at most 5, maybe 10 minutes, or maybe communicated, maybe got a deal response, for, hey, this is my deal, give me the quote, I'm ready to do the application. So that's like a hot potato. Those are really amazing deals. We've had seniors get 5 referrals from one LOA in one shot, all from the same borrower. As we were mentioning, another cool feature of working the product mix that we do is exactly that. That last night, for example, I disclosed 5 loans for one MLO from one borrower, cash out refinancing out of a portfolio loan. So that's like the real complex kind of stuff we like to do, where we are adding a lot of value, Quicken Loans, not doing that kind of stuff, Rocket Mortgage or whoever's out there, they're not doing that kind of stuff. They're not getting 5 loans from one borrower. And that's not an unusual occurrence. That's a more usual than not occurrence for our MLOs to be able to land multiple deals from one borrower, who will then get that cash out and get more properties. And then you'll reach out to your realtor partners, refer them this hot buyer. And then next thing you know, you may have 2 or 3 more deals. And then that very appreciative investor is going to definitely refer you all of the people in his investors club. So definitely sustainable business plan here. You just got to learn the guidelines, put in the time, and you will capitalize on the amazing leads and basically plug and play system that we have.
Perfect. Thank you, Jose. So let me go ahead and go over the next steps, and then we'll open it up to questions here. So next step is going to be to come to the mortgagecalculator.com/join, and we'll drop that in the chat there so you can click on it. Now, what you're going to do is sign up for whichever plan you want to do, right? Either the full-on loan officer plan here or a loan officer assistant. When you sign up, it's going to take you to fill out a form. It's then going to pop up the compensation agreement right away. Now, you don't have to sign it right then. Take your time. It's going to send you an email with a copy as well. But when you sign that initial compensation agreement, that is what's going to kick off the rest of the process for us to reach out to you. So we will walk you through sponsoring your license and getting your employment ID documents and all that kind of good stuff, right? So first step, go ahead and submit here. Once you sign that initial agreement, we will kick off the rest of the steps there. So with that being said, we will go ahead and open it up to questions now. Let me go ahead and bring everybody in here. Okay. So I'm going to start answering the questions there in the Q&A. You know what? Actually, let me do real quick a couple of the more frequently asked questions. Let me just go through those because I know they're going to be in here. Let me scroll down here and show our licensing footprint. Okay. So first off, a lot of people are asking about states, what licenses you have. Notice the green states are where we are licensed and the light blue states are where we are pending, right? So this is our license footprint. Now, if you do not have one of these licenses right now, that doesn't mean you can't come on board. There's a few things that you could consider here. For one, you can get your Florida license, which is very quick. We're based in Miami, but it's not just because of that. It's because there are tons of deals, tons of leads, high home values. So Florida is always a good license to have, and it's pretty quick to get. You could also get your Iowa license. That's another bit of a little kind of a hack here, where Iowa will approve you the same day with no extra classes, no extra anything. They will approve you the same day right away. So if you want to come on board and you're licensed in maybe one of the states that's pending or one of these other states, you could just get your Iowa license right now, come on board. That way you can start the training, going through everything. And then, you know, by the time you're done with your training, hopefully the other licenses will be there. But keep in mind that a lot of the leads we're going to give you are business purpose leads that you can do in a lot of states, regardless of your license, right? So just because you don't have a license in one of these states right this second, doesn't mean that you can't come on board. There are a few different ways to go about that. Also, another frequently asked question is, what's the real difference here between these two plans? Why should I sign up for one or the other, right? The loan officer assistant plan, this is for someone who's not going to be jumping in all the way. This is for somebody who is going to, you know, want to come on board, want to learn, want to refer deals and make money. But as Nick said, not ready to do the entire loan, originate the entire loan in Encompass and sign the loan application and all that kind of stuff, right? That's going to be for the loan officers. But as a loan officer here, we expect you to be fully engaged. We expect you to be on the meetings. We have 4 meetings per week. We expect you to be on those meetings. We expect you to be working at this full time. We also expect you to be having your own lead campaigns. You need at least the minimum of a $250 a month lead campaign to purchase your own leads without a lead split. We will provide you a ton of leads all day, every day. But if you're going to come on as a full loan officer and we're going to invest the time, money, resources, leads into you as a loan officer, we want to make sure you're on the same page and that you're also filling your pipeline. So if you're not ready for that, it's totally fine. Just come on board as a loan officer assistant, right? That's the perfect plan for you. There's no requirement to have any amount of leads. There's no minimum production requirements, anything like that. So it's whatever works best for you. Now you can switch at any time. You could come in as a loan officer assistant and say, hey, I'm ready to go. These leads are great. I want to work on myself. Let me go move to a loan officer. That's totally fine. You just let me know and I switch you over. Same thing if you come in as a loan officer, maybe you say, hey, you know, I have some other job going on or something I'm going to need to pay more attention to, so I need to become a loan officer assistant. That's fine as well. So that's the big differences between these two plans, and either one is fine. That's why we made these both. It's whatever works best for you at that time, and you could switch anytime. With that being said, let's get into your actual questions.